Hit the like button, comment and subscribe, and share the video. Hello, sports fans. Welcome to No Offseason Media. I'm your host, Amari Sports, and today's video will go over the Week 14 picks. Last week, I was out with an illness, but I came off strong. I went 10-5 in terms of ATS, so pretty much a positive record. In terms of picking a winner straight up, I went 10-4-1. So I'm feeling better after my illness. I'm feeling a lot more stronger. Let's get what's strong and try to stay positive with these picks coming in Week 14. Thursday Night Football, we got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Los Angeles Rams. And in this one, the Raiders are favored by 5.5 or 6 points. If you get it elsewhere, I'm going with the Raiders to win this ball game and to cover. The Rams have given up on their entire season. They are 3-9 with a loss. They actually will be eliminated from the playoffs, but the Rams actually just picked up Baker Mayfield off waivers. So was that scream to the locker room that they don't really believe in John Wolford or even their other quarterback in Bryce Perkins. So they believe that giving Baker Mayfield a chance to pretty much like win some games over the course of the season to pretty much make the Lions draft pick probably a little bit worse. I think in this matchup, I'm going with the Raiders. Davante Adams is pretty much looking great. The Raiders kind of remind me a little bit of the Miami Dolphins of last season where they had an awful record. I think they were like 1-7, and then they just started getting a tail off with all these wins coming in late and potentially not making the playoffs later on with the Dolphins. But I think the Raiders are trying to show some fight into winning this whole entire game and just trying to get and make a playoff push. They got New England next week, but this one they got the Rams. I think the Raiders win this ball game and the cover. I love to see Jalen Ramsey against Davante Adams for another time in the past couple of years. So give me the Raiders to win this ball game and to cover this 6-point spread. Give me the Raiders to win 27-20. AFC East matchup, we got the New York Jets at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are a 9.5-point favorite at home against New York. And in this one, I'm going with the Buffalo Bills to win this ball game and to cover against the Jets. The Jets should have won that game last week against the Minnesota Vikings. And the Buffalo Bills just came off a win against the New England Patriots, a pretty much a dominant win, beating Mac Jones and the New England Patriots. But I think in this matchup, I'm just going to go with the Buffalo Bills and the 9.5 points. Yes, the Jets were able to catch the Buffalo Bills off lacking the last time they played with Zach Wilson as their quarterback. But here's my thing. The Buffalo Bills are getting back stronger. Josh Allen is continually getting a little bit healthier. And the last time the Jets played the Bills, Josh Allen was pretty much injured. So I really like the Bills here. Mike White is doing the best he can to salvage the Jets, but this is a time in the place where the Jets will start losing some ball games later on in the season. I don't think the Jets are a playoff team, so this is the reason why I'm taking the Buffalo Bills to win this game and to cover. Give me Buffalo to win 31-17 in pretty much a blowout. Mike White will turn over the ball multiple times in this game. The Battle of Ohio, we got the Cleveland Browns at the Cincinnati Bengals. The Browns are a 6-point underdog on the road in Cincinnati. And in this one, I'm taking the Browns to upset the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati has not beaten the Cleveland Browns since 2019 of Week 17. Okay? So, and number one is that the only reason why the Bengals are even getting 6 points is because Deshaun Watson did not play well, and the Bengals beat the Chiefs like they normally do now all of a sudden. I still think the Bengals cannot stop dominant pass rushers with their offensive line, and they didn't play one when they were going against Kansas City. Yes, I understand that Chris Jones is a very good pass rusher, but he's nothing like Myles Garrett in this matchup. Myles Garrett has pretty much owned the Cincinnati Bengals in his time in Cleveland. So give me the Cleveland Browns to win this round 2 matchup of Battle of Ohio. Give me Cleveland to win 24-21 over the Cincinnati Bengals and be an upset. Next, we got the Battle of Texas. We got the Houston Texans at the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas is a 17-point favorite at home against Houston, and this one I'm taking the Cowboys to win this ball game and to cover. Number one is that I think the Texans are pretty much at this point tanking. They just got eliminated from the playoffs, so most of their team is looking to go to Cabo as soon as the season ends. But here's my thing. Let's go on the flip side to Dallas. Dallas still has potential to get the number 1 seed if they just have Philadelphia start losing some games, but we'll get on to Philadelphia later. But for the Cowboys, they got to win this game against the Houston Texans. They know that they're better than Houston. What does worry me about the Cowboys is that they could be sleepwalking against the Texans and allow the Texans to get a backdoor cover. But there is no way that I see the Dallas Cowboys losing this game. Dak Prescott's against bad teams has a wonderful stat line in his career. I think he's like pretty much above probably 700 in my opinion. But I like the Dallas Cowboys to win this ball game and to cover. There is no way that Cowboys lose this game, but I think they will cover the 17 points. Give me Dallas to win 34-10 over Houston that is tanking. We have an NFC North battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Detroit is a 2.5-point favorite against Minnesota, and I'm going with the Lions to win this ball game and to cover that 2.5-point spread. The Lions are getting a little bit red hot. They challenged Buffalo until the very end. They beat the brakes off the Jacksonville Jaguars, went into the Meadowlands to beat the Giants. I think they will beat the Minnesota Vikings in this matchup. The public is going to be all over Minnesota because, well, Minnesota has the better record, and how dare Vegas give the Lions 2.5 points? I mean, this team is pretty much dead in water. Here's my thing. The Minnesota Vikings, they know they got the NFC North locked up, but the Lions are the team they got to beat to win that NFC North, and the Lions still want to be in the thick of it. Green Bay is not going to make the playoffs. The Bears are not going to make the playoffs, but Jared Goff is great at home, and the Minnesota Vikings, look at their home on the road. They only beat the Washington Commanders by 3, got blown out by the Eagles by like 17 points. I think they lost 27-7. I just think in this matchup, you just got to go with Detroit Lions. Jared Goff is better in a dome. And last time the Minnesota Vikings played down in Detroit, they lost and gave the Lions their first win last season. So give me the Detroit Lions to win this ball game and to cover that 2.5-point spread. Give me the Lions to win 30-27 over Minnesota. Next, we got a battle of the NFC South. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee is a 4-point favorite at home in Nashville against the Jaguars. And this one, I'm going with the Tennessee Titans to win this ball game and to cover this 4-point spread. Trevor Lawrence had his best opportunity to go beat the Detroit Lions, and they laid a complete egg. I think in this matchup, Tennessee this is their get-right game. They lost to Cincinnati and they lost to Philadelphia, 2 good teams in the AFC and NFC respectively. The Jaguars are just not that team in the AFC that can challenge the Tennessee Titans. And I think I'm just going to roll with Tennessee in this 4 points. Jacksonville, they can stop the run, but they can't stop the pass. And that's what we're worried about some people when it comes to betting the Tennessee Titans, is that Tennessee can't throw the ball. And then the Titans, they lost Treylon Burks in the first quarter to the Philadelphia Eagles with a concussion. I think in this one, Derrick Henry will roll all over this Jaguars team and pretty much get them to victory. You just got to take the Titans. The Titans are the better team, and they always beat up on the bad teams. We have seen that time and time again, and Mike Vrabel has a good record against the Jaguars in his coaching career with the Titans. So give me the Tennessee Titans to win this ball game in the cover. Titans win 27-22. Next, we got a battle of the NFC East. We got the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Giants. Philadelphia is a 7-point favorite on the road against the Giants, and I love the Giants +7 in this spot. Philadelphia, you showed that you're a great team. You beat the brakes off the Titans. Outside probably their best team on their slate that they have played all season, other than the Dallas Cowboys or Cooper Rush. But I like the Giants here because the Giants are caught dead in the water. And what I was said every week when I come to betting these teams, when it comes to a home division dog, you always take the dog in this matchup. And I think Philadelphia, they won some close games on the road. Remember, this team only beat the Indianapolis Colts by 1. So I realize the Giants here, and the Giants are coming off a tie, a game that they should have won because they were able to come back against the Washington Commanders when they were down 10-0. So I really like the Giants here. Saquon Barkley is coming in one of his own. I just worry about Daniel Jones potentially turning over the ball, but Brian Daboll has done an excellent job trying to limit Daniel Jones when it comes to turning over the football. So give me the Giants to cover the 7-point spread, but I think the Philadelphia Eagles win this game outright. Philly wins 23-20 over the Giants. Next, we got AFC North battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Blue collar city teams going against each other. The Steelers are a 2.5-point favorite at home against the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to take the Ravens +2.5. Okay, and I think they'll win this game outright. If the Steelers were underdogs, I would love the Steelers. But the Ravens are underdogs. I'm going with Baltimore to win this game and to upset the Steelers. First of all, these two teams, whenever they play, it's always close. And I don't trust what's happening with Kenny Pickett and the whole entire Steelers offense. They only beat the Atlanta Falcons by only 3 points, okay? They were pretty much giving the Falcons death by field goals. And that's pretty much an indictment on Marcus Mariota and the Atlanta Falcons. But I'm going with the Ravens Tyler Huntley, when he filled in for Lamar, he didn't win that much games, but he showed some flashes and some fight to be a good backup quarterback. And now this is going to be his second year, potentially starting with the NFL and having some more games while Lamar Jackson's out with the knee injury. I really like the Ravens here. He was Tyler Huntley was pretty much thrown into the fire against a Broncos team that was leading like 9-3, and he went to battle to the end and got a rushing touchdown and beat the Broncos with Russell Wilson. So I really like the Baltimore Ravens to win this ball game and to upset the Steelers team. I don't understand how the Steelers are getting more, even 2.5. So give me the Ravens to win 24-23 over the Steelers. Next, we got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Denver Broncos. This was slated to be Sunday Night Football, but they flexed it out just because how terrible the Broncos are. And the Chiefs are a 9-point favorite on the road in Mile High, and I'm going with the Chiefs to win this ball game and to cover against the Broncos. Professional bettors are going to be all over the Broncos +9 because Patrick Mahomes is not good as a big underdog. Yes, that is true. But Patrick Mahomes in his career on the road against divisional opponents has been eating them up alive. He beat the Chargers, beat the Raiders, and especially he manhandles the Broncos whenever he plays them, especially in Mile High. I just think that the Broncos offense is completely anemic. Everybody knows that. Their defense is going to do so much they can to contain Patrick Mahomes, but I like the Chiefs minus the 9 points. Give me Kansas City to win this ball game and to cover. Give me Kansas City to win 27-16, and the Broncos continue their curse of having 16 points. Next, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the San Francisco 49ers. Tom Brady returning back to his home city. San Francisco is a 3.5-point favorite against Tampa. The public is going to be all over Tampa. Take the Niners in this spot. The Niners are the better team. Number one is that you're thinking, oh, Tom Brady against Brock Purdy? No, don't think about that. Think about the rosters that have been constructed. The San Francisco 49ers have a way better roster than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the Miami Dolphins, the last time that we saw them against San Francisco was able to contain them. And we all know that the Miami's offense is way better than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I really like the Niners in this matchup. Brock Purdy will pretty much do everything he can to pretty much be serviceable and help out this whole entire 49ers offense. But here's the thing that I just found out, that Jimmy Garoppolo will not have to require surgery on his broken foot. So he probably will return once the 49ers make the playoffs if they advance to the divisional round of the NFC. But and all other news in this matchup, I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers. The defense will carry him with Fred Warner and Nick Bosa against that bad offensive line of Tampa's. Give me the 49ers to win this ball game and to cover this 3.5-point spread. 49ers win 23-19. Next, we got the Carolina Panthers at the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle is a 4.5-point favorite against Carolina. I'm going with the Carolina Panthers to cover this 4.5-point spread, but I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks to win this game outright. Number one is that the Panthers have been covering the spread for the past couple of weeks. They beat the Falcons, covered that spread. They beat they were able to keep it close with the Baltimore Ravens, kept that close. And then they beat the brakes off the Denver Broncos. Now they got their bye. Now they're going to Seattle. I think that Sam Darnold will do pretty much everything he can to serviceably do everything good for the offense. And DJ Moore, I think he will break out in this game. I think with Seattle, them going to LA and then coming back home, I saw that game in LA. I knew they were going to keep it close. I took the Rams on the points, even though everybody was all over Seattle. I think everybody's going to be all over Seattle in this matchup. I'm going the other direction and taking the Carolina Panthers. I think Sam Darnold will do everything he can with Geno Smith and handling with the offense, hanging in with the offense of the Seattle Seahawks. And Kenneth Walker, he has some type of sprain. He potentially might be out for this game. So I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks to win this ball game. By the Panthers will cover. Give me Seattle to win 26-24 over the Carolina Panthers. But the Panthers do cover. Sunday Night Football, we got the Miami Dolphins at the Los Angeles Chargers. The Dolphins are a 3.5-point favorite against Los Angeles, and I'm going with an upset of the week. Now I'm taking the Chargers to defeat the Miami Dolphins. This Dolphins defense is completely bad, okay? The Niners scored almost 40 points, and Brock Purdy had pretty much a great completion percentage against this Dolphins secondary. and I'm just going to go with the Chargers. Justin Herbert has no offensive line, but here's the thing. The Dolphins haven't really been generating that much pressure, even when they have Bradley Chubb on their front seven. So I really like the Chargers here. The Chargers, this is going to be pretty much a road game for them because there's going to be probably 75, maybe 65% Dolphin fans over there in SoFi, but I really like the Chargers here in this matchup. I think the Chargers will win this game and cover. I think Justin Herbert is the better quarterback, despite Tua having a 21-10 record compared to Herbert's 21-23. But look at the situation that Tua has been. He's been in and out of the lineup, and he had a better defensive head coach than the Chargers do with Brandon Staley. So give me the Chargers to win this ball game and to upset the Miami Dolphins. Give me the Chargers to win 28-24. Last but not least, we got the New England Patriots at the Arizona Cardinals. The Patriots are a 1-point favorite at Arizona, and I'm going with the Patriots to win this ball game and to cover. I really want to take the Arizona Cardinals because Bill Belichick is not good against mobile quarterbacks, especially Kyler Murray is very mobile. But this offense of the Cardinals is what I pretty much worry about. Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury and DeAndre Hopkins are not seeing eye to eye. It's really being an issue. And the last time these two teams played, they were in Foxborough, and the Patriots won 20-17. I just think that in this matchup, Bill Belichick is going to have his whole entire footprint all over this whole entire defense and whole entire game. I just really like the Patriots here. Mac Jones will probably be serviceable, but I do know that Matt Patricia is an awful offensive coordinator. I think the Patriots win this ball game, and not only because they win the ball game because of their defense, is because Arizona at home is a very slow start team. So give me the Patriots to win this ball game and to cover. Patriots win 20-17, the same score as last time they played in Foxborough. And that is it for my Week 14 picks. Thank you guys so much for watching No Offseason Media with your host Amari Sports. I will catch you guys later. Stay safe. Have some fun betting. I will catch you guys next week on Week 15. Catch y'all later. Peace.